A good opportunity.
25 seconds remaining in the penalty. Lafleur is out on the right side. Steve Shutt on the left. Wingers for Peter Mahovlich, Lapointe and Bobby Orr on defense. Hedberg along with Ulf Nielsen. Tommy Bergman and Walton for Sweden attempting to kill off this penalty. And inside their own line, Bergman clears it off the boards, down the ice again. Rogie Vachon. Out of the net, Hedberg falls. Orr has the puck. 8 minutes and 41 seconds remain in the opening period. 8 seconds remaining in the penalty to Lundstrom. In front of his own goal, Lapointe tries to give it to Orr, too far for him, and Team Canada will be called on the icing just as their penalty expires. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Back at Maple Leaf Gardens, 8 minutes, 29 seconds remain in the opening period. Canada 1, Sweden no score. Both teams now at full strength. The face-off to Rogie Vachon's left. Juha Viding against Peter Mahovlich. Shot. Lost it. Here's Salming letting a shot go, and Vachon stops that. Lapointe. He's watched by Lundstrom. Gets the puck out to center, but it's knocked down with a high stick, and the face-off will come back to the right of Rogie Vachon. And Vachon playing his third straight game in goal for Team Canada. Reminder, the telecast of this game is presented solely for the interest of our viewers under copyright of Canada Cup of Hockey 76. There's a shot right from the face-off, and Salming, right, that was blocked. Any use of this telecast without the express consent of Canada Cup of Hockey 76 is prohibited.
Well, a great save by Rogie Vachon. Right from the draw, Lundstrom gets the puck back to the point, and that screamer was labeled for the far side. Rogie just got his glove on it, but it was a super stop. That puck could have been in the net tying the hockey game, but Vachon came up with a sparkling save.
Vachon's looking for an early birthday present. It's his 31st birthday tomorrow. Face-off to his right. Guy Lafleur into the face-off circle, but Pete Mahovlich a little anxious on the right side, and they'll do it over again. The two linesmen working the game, Gordy Brosiker and Ken Pierce, both from the United States. The referee as well from the United States, Gordy Lee, as Steve Shutt and Inga Hammerstrom have a little set to there. And right from the draw, back comes Team Canada led by Shutt. Shutt checked by Hammerstrom into the corner, collides with two Swedish players, and down he goes. Lafleur takes a check. Savard, number 18, along the boards, tries to get it into the corner. There'll be a penalty coming up as the puck comes back, and there was a cross-check in front of the Swedish goal. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Steve Shutt in the penalty box for cross-checking at 11:59 of this opening period. So we get an opportunity to see the Swedish power play the first time in this game, and at center they send out Juha Viding. And guess who's on one of the defensive points? Börje Salming out there with Johansson. Salming in front of his own goal to Inga Hammerstrom, number 19, on the right side. Sweden on the power play. Viding had it go off his skates, and Barber to his own line to Potvin as Team Canada a man short. Bobby Clark, number 16, clears it down the ice where Hammerstrom, or rather Salming, has it. Salming in front of his own net. Sweden trails Canada. Canada on a goal by Bobby Hall leads 1-0 with 7 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the opening period. Orr had that hit his stick, but it was offside on the left side with Juha Viding racing in. A committee, of course, has been organized to select the outstanding players in each of the Canada Cup games, and the winning player will receive the Carling O'Keefe Award, the Eskimo Carvings, and they'll be presented at the conclusion of tonight's game to the top player on each team. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the penalty to Steve Shutt. Bobby Clark takes that face-off against Ulf Nielsen. Vachon clears it down the ice, and Tommy Bergman first forced to regroup for Sweden. And there's Hedberg, number 20. On this side of Mats Walden, and Sweden having trouble. The tenacious forechecking of Team Canada keeping them hemmed up at the line. Number 12, Eriksson tries to get it in front to Bergman. He's knocked over by Bobby Clark, and it's Orr behind his own net. Orr for Canada, ahead to Barber on the left side. Barber going over the Swedish line, breaking in. Walton has him tied up, and then he runs into Ulf Nielsen. Walton back for Sweden. 42 seconds remaining in the minor penalty is Hedberg into the corner. Hedberg behind the Canada goal in front. Back to the point, a shot. Walton has that one sail over the top of the net. Hedberg off the boards, intended for Alf Nielsen. Eriksson checked by Orr. Hedberg at the side of the net. Races in front. Here's the shot. And it stopped. Another pile up in front. Bobby Orr makes sure it doesn't go any further.
Well, then again, we see that line of Eriksson, Hedberg, and Ulf Nielsen very dangerous around the net. Actually, just before that pile-up, here we have Hedberg right at the side. He tries to bring the puck around. Denny Potvin. They all go down inside the crease except for Nielsen. He's looking for that loose puck coming out. Rogie Vachon dives in with his hand, kills the play, and gets the face-off. But that could have been trouble for Team Canada.
22 seconds remaining in the penalty to Steve Shutt, and we have 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the opening period. Back to the line. There's a shot again, deflected in front of the Canada goal. Bob Gainey collided with Stig Solming, but managed to get the puck all the way down the ice. And Sjöberg for Sweden. Number 7 clears it ahead to number 22, Brazar. In over the line, gets set, drops it back. Sjöberg returns it into the corner as Team Canada returns to full strength. Shutt is back on the ice. In behind the Canada goal. And it's cleared out. There's a chance for Darryl Sittler. Sittler had it go off his stick, and Stig Solming fed it over to Sjöberg. Brazar, number 22, runs into the Canada player, and they fall. And the puck is underneath Serge Savard, number 18. 5 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the opening period. Sweden trailing 1-0. That earlier game today played at the Montreal Forum, the Soviet Union defeating Finland 11-3. That's the first victory rather for the Soviet Union in the tournament. They have a loss and a tie. They tied Sweden 3-3. Both teams at full strength. Esposito had it knocked out, and Solming in turn. Oh, and he takes a stiff jolt from Bobby Hull. Gay Lapointe behind his own goal, leaves it there for Hull. Hull winds up, Canada on the move. And over the Swedish line, Hull going in with Esposito and Dion. In behind the net, overskated it, and coming back is Johansson. Johansson tries to get it out to Lundstrom. It was too far for him, and back for it is Savard. Savard behind his own goal for Canada, up on the right side to Esposito. Esposito back to Savard, going in with Hull. Hull takes the pass, and then is checked by Lundstrom. In behind the net, Esposito, tied up by Solming. Johansson goes in to help up and manages to get a face-off.
Well, Bobby Hull was just flying and freewheeling on that last shift. He was very, very nice to watch, and he's been playing that way throughout the whole tournament. He likes that room to wheel with the puck. He's getting the puck deep in his own zone and showing the speed of just a very, very young hockey player, and he's very, very exciting to watch. And the fans here, every time he gets the puck, they just stand up and cheer. There's a hand for him as he goes off the ice.
4 minutes and 53 seconds remain to be played in the opening 20 minutes of play. And Canada on that goal by Bobby Hull, leading 1-0. Darryl Sittler at center now against number 17, Ulf Nielsen, the 26-year-old center of Sweden. And from the draw, Lanny McDonald gets it back to Orr. His shot, and it was wide. Hedberg, watched by Gainey, clears it to an open wing, and Bobby Orr has it at center ice. Ahead to McDonald, going in with Sittler into the corner. Tommy Bergman broke that up. Off the board, Sittler runs into Bergman. Bergman tries to get it out, but it's intercepted by Orr, who gives it in front to Sittler, who in turn lost it to Walton. Walton, number 6 for Sweden, to Tommy Bergman. Bergman ahead to Nielsen. He had it go over his stick, and Gainey just clears it right back in. 4 minutes and 13 seconds remain in the opening period. On the far side is Ulf Nielsen. Ahead to Hedberg. Hedberg racing down with Eriksson. His shot, and Vachon made a good stop there. Into the corner, Hedberg tries to set up Nielsen again. Bobby Orr intercepts. Just dumps it back for Dennis Potvin. Potvin behind his own goal for Canada. 3 minutes and 48 seconds remain. Darryl Sittler on the left side, going in with McDonald, who takes the pass. His shot, and Ostrom stops that as Sittler set up McDonald, who let one fly.
A very good shot by Lanny McDonald. A very nice play by Darryl Sittler. The puck came out of his own zone, and he really had to take the pass very, very difficult. Shoveled it over on his backhand. There's the shot, and Astrom covering up. But Darryl Sittler had to make a good play to take a pass off his body down to his skates and then shovel that pass on his backhand across to Lanny McDonald. Nice play by Sittler. Good shot by Lanny McDonald.
Gilbert Perreault against Brazar of Sweden for this face-off. Both teams are at full strength. Rick Martin goes into the face-off circle. And Sweden in front of their own goal, led by Sjoberg. Sjoberg, number 7, Gilbert Perreault watching him with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the opening period. Guy Lafleur intercepts that pass. Here's Martin in front. And that shot knocked down by Stig Solming as Sweden breaks away. Eriksson in over the line, going in with Stig Solming. Gets it again, has it knocked off his stick, and back comes Canada. That pass intended for Perreault failed to click as Brazar backhands it at the Canada blue line, gets the puck again, shoots it into the corner. Canada, Martin on the left side. He was turned around, and Vikström just slaps it off the boards. Guy Lafleur will try now for Canada, watched by Vikström. Sjoberg's shot is high and over the top of the net. 2 minutes and 47 seconds remain as Canada, Guy Lafleur, races for it against Sjoberg. He's hit hard against the board by Sjoberg. In front, Gilbert Perreault failed to reach that pass from Martin. Lafleur had it deflect off Solming's stick up on a play as Stig Solming took Canada player against the board. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Bernie Pascal and Tom Watt back at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Here we have the first of 2 checks on Guy Lafleur. The first by Sjoberg. He took him hard into the boards in front of the Swedish bench, and then Stig Solming right on the other side of the rink gave Guy Lafleur another hard check, and he's taken 2 hard checks in the last shift. But they're good body checks, clean body checks, no penalties.
Shots on goal. Sweden has outshot Canada 14-8 up to this point. The most shots the Team Canada has allowed in a single period. 14-8, the edge on shots favoring Sweden. Lundstrom, checked by Dennis Potvin. The puck goes against the boards, and they hold it there. A mass of players. Team Canada, of course, missing defenseman Jim Watson. And we'd like to say hello to Jim Watson tonight, who's at the Montreal General Hospital.
Well, Denny Potvin came back hard here. It was either an elbow here or the end of a stick. Right back up. Whoops, there we go. Right into Lundstrom, and he was fortunate he didn't get the penalty here. It looked like the elbow getting a little high as they went to the boards. Play becoming a little more aggressive, a little rougher here late in the first period.
Juha Viting and Bobby Clark take the face-off. Potvin, number 6, watched by Hammerstrom and Bobby Orr. Ahead to Clark. Clark coming back for Canada with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the opening period. Sweden broke that play up, and Orr back for it in his own zone. Come on, Orr. Exactly 2 minutes remaining now in the opening period. Orr out to Marcel Dionne. Dionne coming back for Canada. Intercepted again, and Bobby Clark just clears it back into his own zone as Orr was breaking on the right side. It's Canada 1 and Sweden no score with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining to be played. Bobby Orr ahead to Potvin. Potvin at his own line for Canada. Ahead to Barber offside as Bobby Clark was over on the right wing side. Sweden in their 2 previous games defeated the United States 5-2, and they tied the Soviets 3-3 as we look up at the backup goaltender for Sweden. Walton has it for Sweden at his own line to Tommy Bergman. Bergman checked by Darryl Sittler, gets the pass intended for Hedberg, but it's all the way back to the Team Canada line. Savard, long pass on the right side for Lanny McDonald, watched by Bergman, takes it behind the net. Bergman squeezes him out of the play. Walton, number 6 for Sweden. In front for number 17, that's Ulf Nilsson. Nilsson has trouble running into Sittler, knocks Sittler down. Nilsson carries on, 57 seconds remaining. Hedberg takes the pass and grabbed by Rogie Vachon. As Hedberg let that one fly.
Well, Hedberg can scoot and he can shoot, and Ulf Nilsson again is the playmaker in that line. Actually, they've made a little bit of a change here. In the previous games, Eriksson had been playing in the middle with Ulf Nilsson, even though he shoots right, playing on the left wing. But Ulf Nilsson has been moved into the center position for tonight's game, and number 12, Roland Eriksson, has been moved to the side.
Lanny McDonald slaps it but not out, kept in there by number 3, Tommy Bergman. Canada in their own zone, Bob Gainey. He's watched by Eriksson, gets by him, and regroups for Canada, gives it to Lapointe. Lapointe checked there by Eriksson with 32 seconds remaining in the opening period. The puck back in the Swedish zone. Ulf Nilsson, checked by Gainey, gives it to Walton. Hedberg will try for Sweden, a pass on the left side. Eriksson's long shot is wide. Hedberg at the blue line, he runs into Gainey with 15 seconds remaining. In behind the net, Lapointe for Canada. Lapointe just scoops it to center ice. Chaubert lost control of it momentarily with 5 seconds remaining. Walton off the boards behind his own goal to Chaubert. Misses a check from Sittler as the bell goes to end the opening period of play. It's Canada 1 and Sweden no score. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Referee Gordie Lee of the United States drops the puck and the second period is underway. Bobby Orr to Sittler. Sittler feeds it to Barber on the left side, and Salming's backboard. It's icing right off the bat after 9 seconds of play. Icing against Team Canada. At the Spectrum tonight, there's a game underway, the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and at the end of the first period, it's a scoreless tie between the USA and Czechoslovakia. We were reading that off the scoreboard here at Maple Leaf Gardens, and you heard the response as the folks here at the Gardens, the capacity crowd, saw the score as we did. A scoreless tie between the United States and the Soviets early in the second period now in Philadelphia. Here it's Canada 1 and Sweden no score. And right from the face-off, a whistle, and they'll do it again. This afternoon at the Montreal Forum, the Soviets defeating Finland 11-3. Meeting, and Daryl Sittler will take the face-off again to the left of Rogatien Vachon. Puck is dropped back to the point. Salming shot, and Vachon covers up and gets another face-off to his left.
Well, we see the Swedish center Weeding, who is a member of the Los Angeles King, winning one of the draws here. Team Canada in most of their previous games has controlled the face-off. Let's watch here.
And again, the puck dropped. Dennis Potvin runs into Hammerstrom. Weeding gets it in front, and the shot just deflected off the stick, and Bill Barber comes back. Barber, a long shot from outside the blue line. Lanny McDonald carries on. He runs into Johansson. Pile up for the loose puck. And Lundstrom, number 11, is successful in getting a face-off. Gordie Lee of the United States is the referee. Gord Brosiker and Ken Pierce are the two linesmen. Ostrom in goal for Sweden and Vachon for Canada. Both goaltenders making their third starts in the Canada Cup competition. Face-off will be to the left of 25-year-old Ostrom in the Swedish goal. Ready for the face-off, and we have a couple of players inside that circle again. Face-off finally taken, and Bergman, number 3, watched by Perreault, gives it to Walton. Walton, number 6 for Sweden, ahead to number 17. That's Ulf Nilsson, too far for him. Goes all down the ice, but through the crease, and the linesman waved off the icing because Vachon could have touched it. But it comes down the other way now, and we have icing immediately against Team Canada.
Well, the fans don't like it, but really it was the right call. The Swedish team iced the puck, but the larger circular crease that we see here superimposed over the rectangular one, the puck did go through the crease, and if the puck goes through the crease, it's not ruled icing. And then from that point, Gainey got the puck and shot it down the ice, and of course Team Canada were called for icing, but the fans didn't like the call by the officials.
We played 53 seconds here in the second period. Canada 1, Sweden no score. Gilbert Perreault gets the face-off. Team Canada leading the game 1-0. Perreault at the right side of his own net. Gets by one check out to his own blue line. Got it by Eriksson. Feeds it to Martin on the left. It's offside at the Swedish blue line. And Gilbert Perreault putting on a couple of brilliant moves.
Well, he certainly can't stick handle. He made one move just inside his own blue line, then tucked it between the Swedish player's legs for a second move. He beat two men before throwing it on the side. Unfortunately, Martin had just scooted across the line just inches ahead and was called for the offside. A nice play by Gilbert Perreault.
There's Bobby Hull. He has scored the lone goal in the game, his fourth goal of the Canada Cup competition. Esposito, Hull, Dion. At center, Esposito took that face-off against Brazar, and into the corner for it for Sweden is Stig Solming. Got it out to his own line, intended there for Vikström, and he lost it to Bobby Hull. Hull for Canada. In turn runs into Vikström, but Larry Robinson over to Marcel Dion. Stig Solming broke that up, clears it to center, and Canada with Larry Robinson ahead to Esposito. Esposito turned around by Stig Solming and gives Solming an elbow, and down goes the Swedish player. Dion faked on that shot. In front of backhand, and Esposito had that kicked out by Ostrom. Bobby Hull lets one go. Robinson at the side. And it's intercepted by Brazar, number 22. Gives it to Sjöberg. And Sweden trying to get it out. They finally do. Bobby Hull has it at center to Larry Robinson. Watched by Brazar. There's it. No one there to get it, and intercepted by Sjöberg. On the left wing side to Lars-Erik Eriksson. Too far for him. And Esposito will try. Esposito to Hull. He overskates the puck, runs into Vikström. Players fall. The puck goes loose. Robinson, number 23 for Canada. He takes a jolt from Vikström. In behind the net, Esposito leaves it there for Orr. Orr runs into Vikström. Gets the puck behind his own net for Canada. Watched by number 14, Lars-Erik Eriksson. There's a shot. Brazar at the side tries to get it in front, intercepted by Bobby Orr. Orr on the right wing to Marcel Dion. Dion breaking up with Esposito and Hull. Off the boards inside the blue line. Dion carries on. It's offside.
Well, the Swedish team were doing a very good job of forechecking Team Canada. Continually, they were having trouble. They were throwing two and even sometimes a third forechecker in. It was very effective against that line, but they have to be careful because this line is dangerous. And when you throw three men in the odd time in forechecking, sometimes you get stung by a quick pass. But Team Canada just came within an ace of getting it out, but each time they were checked and bothered at every step. So the Swedish team are really forechecking very, very hard.
We played 2 minutes and 52 seconds here in the second period. Canada 1, Sweden no score. Guy Lapointe, number 5, has it deflected in off the stick of Peter Mahovlich, and backboard is Solming. Solming gets away from Schutt. Mahovlich got a piece of him. Puck comes to center. On the left side, Juha beating. In over the line, gets by Lafleur. His shot in front. And Lundstrom tried to get to it. Finally slaps at it, hits Mahovlich. Hammerstrom taken against the boards by Savard for a face-off, and beating there, helping out as well.
Juha Beating, we see here, has done a very good job on the face-offs. He's been winning his own percentage of the draws, doing a good job against Team Canada. In the previous games that we mentioned before, Team Canada did an excellent job in winning almost all the face-offs.
Beating against Peter Mahovlich, and is taken by Schutt. Schutt for Canada got to the blue line. He was stopped. Hammerstrom in turn was stopped, and back comes Schutt for Canada. Puck is loose at center, finally taken there by Lundstrom. Lundstrom to Borje Solming, number 5 for Sweden. In over the Canada line, right in front of the goal, a shot. Vachon ducked, but it was high and wide. Guy Lafleur. Ahead to Lapointe, intercepted by Johansson, just clears it back in. Steered into the corner by Rogie Vachon. Mahovlich to Lapointe. Canada in their own zone, trying to get out. Lundstrom watching Guy Lafleur, who goes behind his own goal and drops it there for Mahovlich. Back to Lafleur. Canada on the attack to their own blue line and open. Peter Mahovlich was shut on the left and Guy Lafleur on the right. Mahovlich is checked, and it's cleared down the ice. Lundstrom trying to get it ahead to Ulf Nilsson, and it's offside, icing rather, against Sweden.
Well, actually, Ulf Nilsson was ahead of the puck in the center ice zone. It's going to be brought back just inside the Swedish blue line. Remember again, in international hockey, that players are allowed to pick up the puck from inside their own zone over the center ice red line, providing they pass the red line after the puck. But Ulf Nilsson was ahead of the red line when he took the puck, and so was ruled offside and brought back inside the Swedish zone.
I was right the first time. I should have stayed with it. Canada won and Sweden no score here in the second period. Bobby Orr clears that puck right on goal, and Ostrom, taking no chances, holds it for the faceoff. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Darryl Sittler will take this faceoff against Ulf Nilsson. Now they're waved out. We've seen a great deal of players being waved out.